So curves, you have to have your eye in two places at once. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this started. I have cut my curve. That's going to make it a lot easier to guide it by the knife. So even if you've drawn on your fabric to maybe curve the corners of, say, a baby blanket or something, you definitely want to go ahead and cut it. But because your fabric is going to being cut at the knife, and then your needles are about an inch away, that distance, what happens is people start to curve it, and watch what happens. See where the needles would be? They would be kind of hanging off the edge where the fabric has actually kind of curved away. Then that kind of leaves the overlock stitches hanging off the edge. So what you kind of need to do is curve it, but not curve it too soon. And you can kind of, like I said, by keeping your eye in both places, you can master this. So usually I like to do this, like especially on a baby blanket with a wide 3-thread. So check out the video for the 3-thread wide overlock edge, and it's the outside needle. You can put decorative threads in there, and it looks really nice. Kind of put like a nice little fake band around the edge. So as going around the corner, so I'm kind of watching, I'm cutting a little bit off, but I'm trying not to make that fabric kind of veer away from the needles just yet. So we're just going to cut a little bit. There we go. Also too, because we are working on a bias area through a curve, if you have some fabric that's stretching out as you go, what you can do before you enter the curve is to actually engage your differential feed. And that would mean by turning it up to like 1.5. And that will help make sure that this edge doesn't get stretched out as you go from one straight edge into the corner and then out. So you only turn it on as you enter the corner, kind of like a NASCAR race. You want to kind of help in the corners there, and then straighten out in the straightaway places. So take your differential feed back to 1.0 for the straight part. So you only need to do it 4 times if you're going around a square rectangle. But see how nice and tight? I really want to keep those stitches hugging up against the fabric that it's going through there. To do inside curves, give the seam allowance a little clip. That way it will kind of open out flat or straight while you serge it. So you'll be able to kind of go like this, and those will kind of ease their way out as you go. So when you go ahead, now once again, keep an eye on that knife as you serge so you can cut off just what you need and let the serger and the needles get formed right where you need it to be. And do a perfect inside curve.